Yo, shalom, 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 family. Welcome back to another episode of Yahuah Rapha, right? I'm your brother and your healer, right? Yahuah Yasharal. And I think it's important. We're going to be talking about this Listeria outbreak that's going on in the United States right now. And I just wanted to say, I think it's so important that we talk about health. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, you guys probably know about the Living for Yahuah platform. Just our service to Yahuah to do ministry and outreach, right? And that's basically teaching lessons, daily bread podcast, encouraging people to get immersed. But being a healer is also an important part of the Hebrew faith, culture, and walk. You see that the people walk with Mashiach was definitely well versed in that. So we want to talk about this stuff, cover this stuff from a health healing perspective. Yahuah Rapha is all about health and wellness. So we're gonna get into this news today about Listeria, the outbreak, everything you need to know, what's going on, who it's affecting, the symptoms, what is Listeria even. But stick around to the end because we're not here to just bring bad news. You know what I mean? We have solutions and we're gonna provide some solutions to you guys. So I don't want to waste too much time. Let's get into it as far as getting into Listeria. What is Listeria? We're gonna talk about this. But I want to talk about these news articles that just came out a couple days ago. And it's so, like you say, talking about everything you need to know, everything to know about the Listeria outbreaks, as bugs and mold are found at Boar's Head plant. So this, they blaming the outbreak of this Listeria thing on this Boar's Head meat. If you're not familiar with that, it's processed meat packager, supplier. You know what I'm saying? They process lunch meat. So we're gonna talk more about that as well because they have a list of particular recalled items. So that's another reason why this is very important to pay attention to. This stuff may be in your closet, in your pantry. You know, I don't know if you guys tell me, have you purchased any lunch meat in the last few months? I know that's a staple in a lot of American households and stuff like that. So I even heard about it's being in some other things, vegetables, etc., etc. So getting into the article, it said inspections at the Boar's Head plant in Virginia linked to the largest Listeria outbreak in more than a decade revealed black mold, mildew, bugs, and unsanitary conditions that could be blamed for the dozens of hospitalizations and 9 deaths linked to the Listeria outbreak. So this thing is serious, family. People are passing away, people people are dying from this, and we got enough things to worry about. People dying from and ways to die. We don't need to die from lunch meat, man. It's crazy. So this is the key facts. A Listeria outbreak in deli meats was first reported in July, and as of Thursday, has been linked to 57 hospitalizations across 18 states, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC. Anytime the CDC tell you something, you gotta be alert, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? That is the authority on disease control and prevention, like they say. But gotta pay attention when they talk, man, for sure. These cases now include 9 deaths across South Carolina, Illinois, New Jersey, Virginia, Florida, Tennessee, New Mexico, and New York. So to the people in these states, definitely got to pay attention. CBS News on Thursday. So just for context, this episode is being recorded on September 5th. It is technically a Thursday right now. This article came out August 29th, so about 7 days ago. And so it's like a week old. So you guys, some people may be aware of it, some may not. But again, we're going to talk about what happened in the article, but also stick around for the solutions we're going to provide as well. So like they said, last week, Thursday, they published records from U.S. Department of Agriculture. Inspectors visit to the Boar's Head plant in Virginia linked to the outbreak. Multiple products distributed across states from that factory were tested and found to be contaminated with Listeria that revealed dozens of health and safety violations at the location. That's the first thing, family. You know, that's why we in Africa. That is why we proponents of, getting out of that developed nation and in that system in the Western world, whatever state you may be, what country you may be in. most of our listeners, like myself, from the United States. But the point is, in these developed societies, few people process their own food. They don't know where their food coming from, and everything is factories. And these factories are not kept in the best condition. It's all about it's a very profit-driven system. You know what I'm saying? I'm an investor, wealth manager. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've invested in these companies. I've gotten conference calls from these Fortune 500 companies. It's profit-driven. You know, they're not taking time to shut everything down and clean the machines or nothing like that. So things we got to pay attention to. These things really affect our health and can be deadly. So it reads, operations at the plants have been suspended, but it's unclear whether Boar's Head will be penalized by the U.S. Department of Agriculture for the violations. But at a certain point, it don't even matter. People already died. And it's like, yeah, let's give them a slap on the wrist, tell them to pay $1 million fine. Like, you can't put a price on, you can't put a price on life, you know. So we have to not only be cautious, but really take our health and by extension our food production into our own hands, right? It says a Boar's Head spokesman told CBS News that food safety is the company's, quote, absolute priority. So again, finish reading this summary, right? In early August, Boar's Head recalled 7 million pounds of deli meats. 7 million, family, that's a lot. In addition to an initial 200,000 pound recall, and added 71 products made over the course of 6 weeks to his list, including prepackaged meat and poultry products for the first time. That's kind of important because, again, all this stuff is prepackaged, meaning, okay, the news came out August 29th that all this is happening, people died, is linked and related to these things. But ever since, what they saying, in early August, they had a recall. But it's processed food. So if you got this stuff in your refrigerator, it might have been packaged and processed 2-3 months ago. So this is very real threat right now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody eat lunch meat. A lot of people, you know, we in, again, a developed society. Everybody on the go. Either you eating fast food or you definitely eating processed food. You're not, you know, it's not home cooked. You're definitely not processing it yourself. You ain't make the lunch meat yourself. So these things we got to pay attention to. Another thing I want to touch on, this other article right here. So this one is from USA Today, and it was saying expect more illnesses in Listeria outbreak tied to Boar's Head deli meat. Food safety attorney warns. He read, talking about this inspection, this is the worst set of inspection reports I've ever seen, says food safety attorney Bill Marler. So USDA found 69 violations. Let's check out the video. Let's see. It's already playing. But what I want to get to you guys, what I want to have you guys check out. Let's see what they say. Hold on. Let's bring it back. The video on the page. Let's check it out. I want to look at the products that they actually talking about. The product they showing that have been recalled. It's a laundry list of products. So, but let's see what they have to say. I never heard of this. I didn't hear about this. Multiple inspections. Death toll stands at 9 so far, but more than 57 people have been hospitalized. This is the headline. This is the bullet points from just on the United States. Initially called liver work. If at any time expected to identify something that needs to be addressed, I think that clearly, as was the case with each and every issue raised by the USDA. You can't trust the USDA, man. They feeding you dead animals for all you know. USDA is not producing that. 69 violations, continue plant. Flies, mold, and mildew. What you expect? They discovered a few leaks resulting in water pools with green algae growth. Wow. Additionally, condensation water was found dripping into the product. Wow. 18 states, right, including Arizona, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, South Carolina, Virginia, and Florida have reported serious cases of the bacteria. So that is what it is. This is what I want to get to. Let me read this part because this is very important to note, family. Pay attention. It reads, listen. A prominent food safety lawyer says more illnesses can be expected. More illnesses besides the 57 people already hospitalized can be expected, and Congress should investigate Boar's Head Deli after deli meat produced in one of the company's plants was linked to an ongoing multi-state Listeria outbreak. Outbreak has led to 57 hospitalizations in 18 states. We talked about this. This is what he said. There will likely be more illnesses and possibly more. How can they say that? They know it's gonna be more. Why? Because the incubation period for Listeria may last more than 2 months. So again, let's say you got lunch meat in your refrigerator. When you put the meat in the refrigerator or the freezer, it frees the bacteria, right? So you gotta think about that. So people who consume tainted deli meat in July could still develop illnesses, Bill Marler said. Bill Marler, a Seattle attorney who specializes in food safety, because the incubation period may last more than 2 months. So they just say how long it takes to become active inside you. But think about, the food we eat. That just brings up a bigger, larger point about the food that we eat inside of that country is not fresh. So it's a 2-month incubation period. You already eating something for 3 months old. Once you eat it, it was made, actually processed 3 months ago and put on the shelf and sent to the store and put on the shelf. And then once you eating it now, it's already 3 months old. It's gonna take another 2 months, maybe, to incubate inside you, maybe. So that's very alarming. But what I want to get to is the list, man. Give me 1 second. I'm kind of skimming through this more, make sure I cover everything, but we're trying to get to this list and go over these products because I want you guys to see this. The CDC's investigation found that meats sliced at deli counters, including Boar's Head brand liverwurst, were contaminated and made people sick. Subsequently, Boar's Head expanded its recall to include every product made at the facility. That's not good. That is not good. This week, inspection reports from the USDA Food Safety Inspection Service revealed inspectors found insects, mold, and mildew at the plant over 12 months before it was voluntarily shut down before the outbreak. Now check out this. Boar's Head list of recalled deli meats. The CDC says data found that meat sliced at deli counters, including liverwurst, were contaminated with Listeria, made people sick. Okay, right. Look at the products recalled. Boar's Head product recall. The following products recalled them by Boar's Head July 29th, right? So a week ago. All natural applewood smoked uncured ham. All natural traditional uncured ham. The point is, this is Yahuah Rapha. We got to tie this into the scripture. We know it's a reason. Yahuah told us don't eat this stuff. So it's a Listeria outbreak because the facility dirty and there's contamination leaking into the meat. But the meat itself, all the ham, that's why we don't eat it. It's already unclean. It don't take a lot to make something that's unclean, unclean. You know what I'm saying? Look at the list. Bourbon Ridge uncured smoked ham. Brown sugar and spice off the bone ham. Garment pepper brand ham. Hickory smoked roast uncured ham. You know that ain't good. It ain't even been smoked or nothing. It ain't been it's just raw ham, which is we know this stuff is swimming with parasites, already. The visual in my mind already, the parasites, we know that ain't cool. Italian cappy ham, the Europeans, they love them some ham, man. They love them some ham, and they got a million styles of it. Hot Italian cappy style ham. Extra hot, man, come on now, family. Come on now, family. Maple glazed roast pork loin. Different type of, it's another name for a ham, a pork meat, right? Pepinero garlic ham, really? Porchetta roasted seasoned pork, roasted pork, rosemary sun-dried tomato ham. Wow. Smoked master beechwood smoke. It ain't no turkey on this list. Tavern ham, Virginia ham, pork and beef bologna, 33% lower sodium bologna, beef bologna, beef salami, garlic bologna, head cheese, and Strasburger brand liverwurst. Oh, it's no pages. Man, I ain't finna, man, stop it. Stop it, man. This stuff it's a joke, man. It's a joke for real, for real. I just wanted to really point this out a little bit. Saying have everybody look at this. No, it's the list. It's full of ham. You know what I'm saying? The point is I wanted to point out when I looked at this, it's just like this is why we listen to Yahuah commandment. That's why it's Yahuah Rapha. This helping run this platform, Yahuah Rapha, because half the battle is just being obedient. Like staying away from him, you will be straight. But anyway, one more thing I want to talk about before we get into the solutions is what is Listeria? Because they're telling us like the outbreak, when it started, whatever. But I never heard of this. And even that video was saying it's the largest Listeria outbreak since 2011. I don't even never remember hearing about Listeria. So what is Listeria? Listeria is a genus of bacteria. So it's a bacteria. You got dirt in your meat, man. Your meat is dirty. We know it's unclean scripturally, but y'all still want to eat it. Nah, it's dirty. It's no good. A genus of bacteria that acts as an intracellular parasite in mammals. An intracellular parasite. So that means it's in your cells, family. By 2024, 28 species have been identified. That's a lot, man. The genus is named in honor of the British pioneer of sterile surgery named Joseph Lister. Listeria species are gram-positive, rod-shaped, and facultatively anaerobic and do not produce endospores. Okay, what does that mean? So let's look at some more deeper information. We're gonna look at this article about listeriosis, which I guess is the symptoms of listeria, right? We're gonna skim through it, but what is telling us what is listeriosis? Listeriosis, a foodborne illness, right? The germ Listeria, that's the actual germ, the bug, the bacteria, that is what's in you, the worm, right? Listeria monogloside, whatever, is commonly found in nature. That's what they say, especially in soil, groundwater, rotting vegetation, and what? Animal feces? Really? Is that what's in the hell? It could be, right? We're not processing this food ourselves. We don't know. Most people get listeriosis from eating contaminated foods. That's definitely what Boar's Head got going on. Like you said, they got all type of condensation drippings in the meat. They off the chain. They wild for that one. The listeriosis incubation period, the time when you first get infected and when you first show symptoms vary. It usually takes 1 to 2 weeks, but it can be as short as a couple days or as long as 3 months. So it's like, who knows how much they're gonna blow this up in proportion. Like right now, it's just an outbreak. Soon you're gonna need a vaccine for it because everybody, it's the plague. So you gotta be on the lookout, family. But the point is this: we talked about all the different types of ham is in. We know that is against the dietary law. So ham is out the window. We know what it is, but what else is it? What else is it in, right? What foods is Listeria found? In what foods is it found? Contaminated foods are the most common cause of listeriosis infections. The most common foods that cause listeriosis includes hot dogs, again, processed deli meat, deli meats, ultra processed meats, fresh vegetables. Really? We can't even have that. Fresh fruits, especially melons, and unpasteurized dairy products, sterilized to kill bacteria. Okay, these foods have the highest risk of monocytogenes contamination. However, listeriosis can affect almost any improperly handled or prepared food. So that's bad news for the processed food industry and those people who consume it, which is like the whole country. This is why we need to pay attention to this. The bacteria L. monocystogenes is unique from many other foodborne illnesses. It survives and even multiplies in low temperatures, including refrigerators and freezers. It says survive and even multiply in the refrigerator. That's where we store all our meat. So it's like, we're not safe. This is very concerning. It's very worrying because it started off small. We talked about it. We told you. They released a few articles. They started telling us about it. And before you know it, it's like, I can't go to work because of this. It's affecting your life. So you got to pay attention. The bacteria can multiply to dangerous levels during storage. How do you think meat become rotten? You leave it in the refrigerator too long, it becomes slimy, sticky, and we can usually smell it. And you smell it and I can't eat this. But if it don't have the smell, it's like you just gonna eat it. So very alarming. Food that has spoiled breaks down, right? And develops an unpleasant smell, taste, or change in texture. I just talked about that. When L-monocystogenes bacteria contaminate food, the smell, taste, and texture don't change. That's interesting. So you can have this Listeria stuff from meat that seems like it's fresh. Another thing, we won't wrap it up soon. What does listeriosis affect? Who does it affect, right? Anyone can get it, listeriosis. However, it isn't as dangerous for those with a healthy immune system. Yahuah Rapha, we know that Yahuah heal us, prayer heal us, eating right heal us, being guarding his commandments, being obedient to the covenant. These things heal us, right? But we gotta use our common sense as well, right? Those who are at greater risk of becoming very ill or dying include pregnant people, developing fetuses, so the pregnant mother and the baby, people over 65, people with a weakened immune system, usually from another condition. This, like AIDS, cancer, high blood pressure, a lot of stuff gonna give you a weakened immune system, or taking prescribed immunosuppressive medication. So basically, in the code word, they tell you this can affect the whole country, basically, right? I want to get to this part about the symptoms, and we're gonna wrap it up. How common is Listeria? About 1,600 people get Listeria in the United States each year. Obviously, that number going up. They say 57 been hospitalized, 9 people dead already. The symptoms. What are the symptoms of listeriosis? Fever, right? Chills, headache, upset stomach, diarrhea, nausea and vomiting, muscle aches, confusion, loss of balance, convulsions, muscle convulsions that you can't control. A severe listeriosis infection may spread to your bloodstream or brain. Severe infections may cause sepsis, meningitis, or encephalitis. So that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Sick, crazy work, man. And family, what's the bottom line? What shall we say then? We got to be on guard, family. We have to be on guard. And I'm doing my part by reporting this because it takes time to, look it up, do the research, do the diligence, because I hear about it and I'm like, and I start looking into it. I'm like, this is something I need to amplify, try to get the message out there. If people, I'm pretty sure that they may have heard about it, but again, we need to provide solutions. First solution is turning to Yahuah. We talked about this in Yahuah Rapha. Check out the foundational series we did about how are we healed, etc., etc. We talk about healing from a biblical perspective, stuff like that. We know it's spiritual matter, so we turn to Yahuah first. Prayer is our first option. Getting our heart right, turning our minds and heart to Him. That's the first thing. Besides that, we got physical remedies, family. You know what I mean? Like, again, sea moss. We got tons of sea moss here in East Africa where I'm at. We supply wholesale, retail. Email us, Yahuah Rapha, to get you some. But the point is, that stuff is great for your immune system. Get you the vitamins, nutrients you need, your body need to fight these illnesses and stuff like that. Boost your energy, just immune system. It's so many benefits to sea moss, like it's crazy, and it's so easy to take. You can add it into your shake, smoothies, whatever you eat, tea. You can put it in anything, or you can just take it raw. And that's why we sell it raw, because it's so many ways to process it, and it's so very simple. Another thing I want to talk about is the castor oil. We talked about that because that's another thing that's abundant here in East Africa. But that is what's known to many people in this long story history of usage as the palm of Christ. It's a cure-all. You can take it internally, and I'm pretty sure it fights these diseases, bacteria, and stuff like that. It cleans out your internal system. That's why it make a lot of people sometimes it like use sometimes some instances, depending on how much you take, can be like a laxative. It really clean you out, but it's a cure all because it supports your body, your liver, your whole body, basically your system for processing these, not just the food, but your waste materials, the liver, and just your I forget, it's escaping me the name of that the system in the body, but it definitely supports you in a lot of ways internally, and it's something you can use externally as well. It's very heavily used in the health and wellness industry as far as for cosmetics and beauty. So it's in so much stuff because it does wonders for your skin, hair, nails. It's, again, the sea moss too. It's full of silica, and the sea moss with silica is good for your bones, hair, nails, minerals, and stuff like that. The castor oil, again, has a lot of properties that work internally and externally. So these things that we produce and we what's the word? We ship them. You know what I'm saying? We ship them. We supply that to people in the States worldwide. This is what we do. But point is, tap in for some of them health and wellness products that we have here at Yahuah Rapha. I know they can help. They deal with this stuff. Like it's for everything. It's a cure-all. But the first thing we can do is make ourselves aware. Second thing, which is like before the first thing, once you know what's going on, we got to turn to Yahuah, family. Yahuah is our healer. That is the answer to the problem, really. So, yeah, man. If you need everybody's situation different, if you need the talk one-on-one, that's what we do, the consultations for that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got a different situation. We want to try to get you guys. We want to preserve life, and as many people dying, these kind of health and wellness related deaths, they seem like they are unnecessary for sure, because just like the scriptures say, people are literally perishing for a lack of knowledge. So these things we have to inform ourselves. It's free to pray. It's free to turn to Yahuah. It's free to do his commandments. It don't cost nothing of us but our obedience. And then from there, once you esteem Yahuah, it's a world of cures around you. Again, Yahuah gave us everything we need on the earth. Whether that's the leaf off a tree to make tea, whether it's something like soursop leaf, something else that we have in abundance here. So it's just really not to talk about all the resources we have and how it relates to Listeria. It relates when talking about health and wellness, the products that we do have, and just the things that's in abundance here where I'm at. But Yahuah gave us abundance of resources everywhere, and that's why we esteem him. Again, it could be the bark on the tree. You could walk outside your yard and pick up some dandelion and make some tea of it, and I'm pretty sure it's going to help with this virus outbreak and these bacteria. It's all the same type of anatomy. You know what I'm saying? It's a virus, a parasite, a leech that's trying to attack the host. You know what I'm saying? And these nutrient rich supplements, products, natural resources that Yahuah gave us, it help our body to fight and create defenses for all these parasites and diseases, bacteria. So it's a lot of names they give it in a scientific term, a lot of names for the anatomy, the systems, but we got to be on guard, family. We got to stay prayed up and inform ourselves, and we got to really align ourselves with the right health and wellness communities, with the right healing practitioners. And it's that simple. It can be that simple. So it's your brother, Yahuah Yasharah. I appreciate you guys for sticking around with me. If you made it this far, like the video. A lot of people don't subscribe. Subscribe for more health and wellness content like this. Again, esteeming Yahuah, pointing you guys in the right direction for health, wellness, and healing. That's so very important right now, because this platform is so important to me, because I've seen grandparents, sisters, brothers, mothers go through this in our family. And, our lineage of Hebrew, as Hebrew people, we know we had to fight this curse. And it's talk about all the illnesses that's going to be on us in Deuteronomy 28. So we really got a passion for spreading information, because this is the information that could have saved my grandma. You know what I'm saying? It could have saved my mother. It could have saved my sister from dying at the hands of the medical establishment, right? Taking a whole bunch of pills that just perpetuate the illness. And that's the passion I have for this. So tap in with us, family. Like, share, subscribe. Share this with your family members, right? So we don't all have to go through the same thing, family. So it's your brother, Yahuah Yasharah, reporting on the newest thing. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Shalom, shalom, family. Peace.